This content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. The Better Traders is not a broker dealer. We are not an investment advisor. We have no access to non-public information about publicly traded companies or cryptocurrencies. And this is not a place for the giving or receiving of financial advice, advice concerning investment decisions, or tax or legal advice. The value of investments and the income derived from them can go down as well as up. Investors may not get back the amount they invested, and past performance is not a guide to future performance. Hey everybody, it's me, Moon and Papa. Sorry, I'm just looking at my screen to make sure I'm all good. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can, and I'll find out in like 10 seconds once the stream catches up to this part. Yeah, good. So it's good to see everybody here hanging out with me. Go ahead and just drop a hello in the chat if you want to. Yes, the perspective is different. And yes, I actually have a new shirt. It's one size too small. It is quite small, but it's okay because it's stretchy. So yeah. Oh, Teresa, do you like the shirt? Woohoo! So anyway, hope everyone's doing well. I know that there's a lot of really bad news out there, with Voyager announcing bankruptcy, Celsius is in trouble, Three Arrows Capital. The bad news continues, but if you look at the charts, there's actually tons of good news all over the charts. I'm so excited to get to that part. So just as a recap, this is a fantastically free live stream that I have on YouTube, and it is free. See, I would never do that. If you want to check out the next ones that I have, you come down here to my YouTube channel and upcoming live streams. So just hit the button to be notified when the next live stream is going to be. It's typically every single week at this time, which is my Thursday at 11 a.m., which would be Wednesday, 10 p.m. New York, or 7 p.m. in LA, in North America. Sorry, Europe and South America. I have no idea what those times are, but that's just how it goes. I mean, no disrespect at all. So I want to talk about something real quick before we get going. So I posted a video less than 12 hours ago. What a fantastic little gift that is. That's hilarious. So I have a new indicator that's free to anybody, and it is this one. It's a mouthful, TBT, base to quote currency converter. So this is a fantastic, simple, easy indicator that just does one thing. It converts the base volume to quote volume. I know, you're like, this is amazing. You're changing my life. Thank you. It means a lot. But seriously, this is an amazing indicator because there's a lot of information that we can see on it. So let me go ahead and just jump on over here to, here we go, to TradingView. So this is a perfect example. Actually, this chart, ADX, this is one that I caught. This was actually on the watch list for the Better Traders Club. And it's been on the watch list for a while, at least I think since the beginning of June, because I said watch for this area. And I mean, ever since it got into this area, it pumped a total of 115%, which is insane. I think I only got like 40% out of it, but still, it's like profit's profit. Yeah. So I actually woke up to profits this morning. You can see on Discord, I shared this. So still 48% profit for just being patient and knowing how to do this, knowing how to trade. I mean, it's fantastic. So another one that went really well this morning that I shared was Veed. And it's just a lot of stuff's popping right now. So if we go back to the chart here on TradingView, so you'll see here at the bottom, we got this TBT base slash quote. This is the indicator. So literally it does one thing and one thing only. All it does is it tells us the amount of quote currency that was traded for a pair. Now, this may not sound like an amazing breakthrough in science and technology in the year 2022, especially when you think about the fact that we're on TradingView and you should have an option in volume. And please don't let there be an option in volume, because that would defeat the purpose of making this indicator. But anyway, let's just pretend like I'm doing something good for the world. So what we have is this beautiful little indicator down here. All it does is it tells us how much Bitcoin was traded on this day. So on this day, May 10th, 53.33 Bitcoin were traded. I'm going to move my cursor right here so you can see. So on May 1st, 5.42 Bitcoin were traded. This is so much more useful than knowing how many, and gosh, I don't know, where is it? Volume. It'll tell us like some crazy amount. So 635,000 ADDX were traded. That means literally nothing to everybody. Now, if we were looking at Tesla, and this is helpful because Tesla's showing us volume based on how many shares of Tesla are being traded. Sure, that's great. But I mean, still, it really does help in crypto to know how much is being traded, because a chart like Tesla, where they are made, you know, this is trading what, trillions of dollars a day compared to ADDX, and this one has way more volume than some, but still, like a day like May 1st, only 5.42 Bitcoin, so that would be roughly $20,000. So the reason why this indicator is great is for A/B trading and also for DCA bot trading. Well, even for grid bots too, if you think about it, because the whole concept is that you never ever want to max out the volume. You never want to max out the trading volume for that chart. So that's why I also have this extra line here. Sorry, this extra line for, that's my mic, for this moving average. So it's just a simple moving average. It's just a 30-day moving average. And it's great because there are going to be times when the volume goes way above or way below. And this is nice to know because when the volume is low, like here, 4.8 BTC, 4.3 BTC, I know for a fact in the past, it's handled way more than 4. It should be able to handle up to 20. And here we can see 26, 22, 22, 21, and then it goes a little bit lower. And then, of course, we got our mega pump. And yesterday's daily candle, 219 BTC, the equivalent of that, were traded. That's a lot of trading volume, okay? So this is also useful in that way, because if we see there's a pump, we can see that is so far beyond what is so normal for this chart. So it's really helpful to have this indicator. Again, it's free. All you have to do to add it to TradingView, let me go back to this one. So the link, I'll go ahead and post it in the chat. If I can find out where that is. There we go. Ba-boom. You're welcome. And then here we go. So you go to the link, hit the like button, and come down here and hit the button to add to favorite indicators. Oh, there are comments. I haven't seen the comments yet. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, good. You're welcome. I was worried. It's like, something's messed up. Something's wrong. I'm trying. This is my first indicator to write in PineScript. So anyway, it's a good deal. It's free. Enjoy it. Use it. Again, this is made for A/B trading. And all of you that have taken the Account Builders course, you're going to know about this. I'm going to add an extra module to the Account Builders course next week when I have some time to think, because I have a lot going on right now. But next week, I'm going to add an extra module to that and the 15 minutes course to explain it. And then I'll work on the advanced courses after that. It's going to come. But anyway, it's just a great, fun addition to what we already have to offer through the Better Traders. So yay. So let's talk about, that's right. Let's talk about this, the craziness in the market. What is the good stuff? What's the good news that I'm seeing in the market? If I take away everything and we just look at the price action of Bitcoin, does this look like good news? No, this looks like poop. This looks really bad. Honestly, it does. All we see, and here I'll take away the TBO, all we see is an asset falling in price, and it's been falling in price ever since 10th of November. So that is 240 days of downward price action. Little moments of brief hope until it fell. Brief hope, false. Brief hope, false. Well, wait a second. Hold on just a second. Wait. Oh, huh? Is this it? Is this what he's talking about? Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So let me grab this guy. So right now we are looking at basically something to be cautious about. But this is essentially the start of a good trend moving up higher, which I think it is, or some people are going to be calling it a bear flag. Now, the reason why I say that is because it is really, really similar to what we had over here. And I'm going to just have to take a second to recalibrate this. There we go. Actually, we'll do it like this. And then draw this up. This is a really bad way to do it. Let me do it like this instead. There we go. Much better. And it wouldn't be as tall. It would be like right there. So we have this bear flag. It's really similar. But the only difference is that this happened for a long time, and we're just at the start of this one. So typically what these mean is that we could be moving down lower. What we really want to see is a bull flag, which is going to be pointing down like this. So it looks like we are bearish. And I know you're like, wait, so this is good news? To be honest, yes, it's good news, because even though this is here, I'm actually looking at a whole lot more happening on the chart. So let me look at some recent trend lines. For one, we are testing our newest trend line that's been drawn from here to here. So we are literally testing it today. We actually kind of tested it the day before yesterday, and yesterday, well, it's yesterday for me because it's 2 hours into the daily candle. So I talked about this 2 weeks ago, and also talked about this in the Better Traders Club. So we have these trend lines right now that we're looking to test. The more that we move to the right, the higher chance we have of breaking up higher to test new trend lines, and new trend lines. Now, I still think that we're going to be going sideways until late September, maybe even mid-October, not August, October. So I don't think that we're out of the bearish sentiment yet, but I still think that we have seen the worst of it. I know, it's a pretty big deal, which is why I'll say I know again. I know. So let me get rid of this, and I want to show you something else that's really good. All right, let's just do one more for the skeptics, okay? So we got this shape happening, and then one could say, well, this is actually, and I have to adjust my glasses to do it. Hold on just a second. Well, this is actually a neutral flag. You're right. This is a neutral flag. So this is why I'm also excited too, because it's pretty much straight to the side, even though we are coming down. So and I think we will, if we break above this today, or if it's not today, it'll be by July 11th, which is a very interesting coincidence, by the way. Just want to point that out. Just kind of keep that in the short-term memory. July 11th. This is why I'm excited, because the prediction that I've made, I think, is coming true, which is rad. If it doesn't pop today, you could see it drop down a little bit to 19.4 and then kind of do a dance. I still think it's moving to the upside. I don't think we're going to see any more downside touching. I know at the beginning of the week I said, well, I think that we're going to be moving down to 17K again. But because of what's happened in the last couple of days, moving up higher and holding this trend, this is actually looking good. It's still short term. It's not long term yet, but it's still short term. Let me get rid of these guys. And pulling up my fib lines. We are in that weird spot right now where we are between fibs. So we are right here in this funny cluster of fib lines, which is good, but it's also like, we need to get out of here. We need to do something with price action. And once we're above this and we close above this and start moving up higher, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be strong. And then let me just cut to the chase, and we're going to go down to this chart. Okay. So this is my favorite chart because this is the bear setup chart that I've been talking about and sharing about. If you've been following me on YouTube, for at least a month, you've seen this a couple of times. But if you're in the Better Traders Club, you are probably like, not again, it's the same chart, because I've been I've been pounding the doors of everybody saying, this is the chart you have to be watching. This is what is happening. And this is what I expect to happen next. So for everyone in the club, you can like go autopilot right now. Like, you know exactly what I'm going to say. And you know, in fact, follow the bouncing ball. I don't have one, but you know the idea. So the TBO is amazing. The trending breakout indicator, even though this is pro, I'm not using custom trend strength settings, meaning that this is the exact same as what you would see with just the TBO. There is literally zero difference. Let me prove it to you. So there, zero difference, same exact setup, boom. What I want to point out to you though, is that there is this interesting formula. That's what I call it, which is why I'm using the formula fingers to do it. So what I'm seeing is when we have these two blue diamonds, which are closed longs, a red X, which is crossed down, pink triangle pointing down, which is our open short, that signals the bear market. If we followed this from March 7th, we would have saved 46%, almost 47% on our Bitcoin. If we wanted to sell up here, even though it went up high and you might have panicked, you would be in the green 47%. Or if you're shorting, I mean, that's an amazing short too. So here's the interesting thing. I've seen this familiar setup that looks like a terrible sock puppet from hell back here in 2018. Check it out. I should make sock puppets with this on. Sorry, that's my mind right now. Two blue diamonds, red X, which is crossed down, and then an open short. And then I have this measurement. I measured how long it took in weeks after the candle close. How long did it take till we saw our capitulation candle, which happened on December 17th? And it took 126 days. Let's go back to 2014. We don't have the blue diamonds because the chart's too new. So there should be one here and here, just because I have a feeling that's where it would be. So we have a red X for cross down, open short, and then we have a nice big drop, and then we have a capitulation candle. So this is essentially the capitulation candle, but really I'm focusing on the green candle that follows. So we're looking at 98 days. So again, 98 days, 126 days. So going to where we are right now, I've been predicting for the last 3 months that on the week of June 13th, we are going to see at least the start of our capitulation, the start of the bottom, as in the end is near, the end being the bear market. So I said in between June 13th and July 11th, we should see that big green capitulation candle. We have yet to see it, although this week we could see it. It just depends. So this is pretty insane that it's happening just like the TBO is calling it. You have to admit, that's pretty amazing. So the reason why I said before, remember, now retrieve that memory, short-term memory, July 11th. Next week is the week of July 11th. This is the week where I'm expecting us to see our capitulation happen. As in, that would be the period, the end of the bear market. Now, it will be the end of the bear market in terms of how everyone is feeling. Well, no, sorry. Let me switch that around. It will be the end of the bear market according to technicals, but everyone's still going to be in a bear market mentally for the next couple of months. Everyone's going to say this is still the bear market, when in reality, we will likely already capitulate next week. The bear market's going to be done, which means that we're starting over. Starting over means that we're still going to be going sideways for another couple of months before we see a mid-cycle bull move. I've been talking about this. I still think it's going to happen in late October, maybe in November. I'm expecting this to happen just because I'm expecting crypto to repeat itself, because it's such a cyclically based asset. Every 4 years, we have a halving event. That starts the bull market. We see Bitcoin appreciate significantly after the halving event. And then about 12 to 18 months into the halving event, we see the start of the bear market. Then there's a decline. Then we have lots of sideways for a long time until we see the next bull market come, which is supposed to be around March, April, or May 2024. And I say that big span of time because it depends on the speed of the blocks that are mined by Bitcoin miners. And it's going to take some time as well. So the closer we get, the more definite we're going to know the day. But it's in that springtime 2024 timeframe, which means that we have 2 years to stack sats, which is great. Or sats as in Satoshis. So let me go back to the chart. So I am super excited because to me it's like it's happening. Okay, so this is just one thing that I'm excited about. I'm going to bring this back now. Now, for a lot of you, you know me, you know that I love the TBO, but I also love RSI, as in I love you, RSI. So the reason why is because the relative strength index, RSI, is fantastic for calling market bottoms and market tops, as long as you know how to interpret it and read it. If you look at my live streams for the last 2 months, I've been watching RSI and I've said, when RSI gets to the 20 zone, that's going to be the bear market bottom. How do I know? Well, when I look at our bear market bottoms here in November 2018, and I look over here in 2014 and 2015, it's down here to 12. Sorry, here we go. 12.16, I think, or 1226 is the lowest low. And then here we have 1597. So here in 2018, it gets as low as 1476. Here it got as low as 1260. And you know what's interesting about this? Just want that to sink in. RSI is moving up. So even though price action isn't moving up higher, RSI is. Now we still have basically 4 days left in this weekly candle, and a lot can happen. We could still see a drop down to 17K. And if that happens, RSI will drop down just a little bit. It'll drop down probably to like 16 or so. But you can see it's made a big leap from 13 to where it currently is at 20. And I've said it so many times. If you are a conservative investor and you want to know the best time to buy Bitcoin, we are real close. I personally think next week we're going to see RSI cross above. We're actually maybe even this week see it cross above 25. When it does that and the week closes at 25, that is the signal that you can buy Bitcoin, and it doesn't matter. You can just buy it and hold it and just wait. I know about Three Arrows. I know about Voyager. I know about Celsius. I know about the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD around KuCoin. I know. But technicals don't lie. Emotions do. Emotions will make you do things that you really don't want to do. Turn off the emotions, look at the technicals, and you're going to see, well, how is it? Okay, well, let's do it this way. How has this performed historically? Let me just do that. So we won't even look at the TBO. We're just going to look at RSI. How has RSI performed historically? Let's go back here to 2018 just to prove the point. So we have our big weekly move up. Boom. This moves RSI from 14 to 32. We still have many weeks of sideways action. We still have, 14 weeks of sideways action. So essentially 3 months until pop. Now, what does RSI do in that meantime? Watch it, right? So if you bought Bitcoin right here, right when RSI popped above 25, we're just going to do the open for the weekly, the next week, and you waited until the market top, that's a 15x on your investment. Back here, the Corona crash, it dipped below 25. Here it closed above. If you bought here, let me zoom out again. If you bought here, it would be right there. That would be a 10x, almost 11x on your investment. Let's go back into 2014. Let's even take both of these, because I know you're thinking like, well, the first one happened and then the price wasn't even that low. You're right. Let me just address that first. So here we go. Here's the candle open. The price fell down another 51% before closing 57,000%. Well, let me do it here. Let me just do it again right here. Sorry. So that one is the worst one, right? So let's do the better one. How much more do we get with the better one? Well, we get, of course, naturally, we get 8,800%. So, oh, you can't see my screen because I'm doing the wrong. I thought I pressed the right button on my stream deck, and I didn't. So thanks, Anders. You're the rock star for today, and I have to do this all again. Blah. So, here we go. That was a weird laugh. That was just a terrible laugh. All right. Yes, I know, everybody. I'm fixing it. Thank you so much. All right. So RSI, when it crosses above 25, is a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. How did it perform back here in 2018? It crossed above right here. December 18th, we're going to start from our open and going all the way up here, 20x. Corona crash, 11x. Go back here to 2014, first time's the charm right here. So we're going to do this candle open to 20 or 19K. That's 60x. And then right here, this was our winner. This is the big one, is basically 10,000%. Incredible. So you might be wondering, well, is RSI right this time? I mean, there's so much bad news in the market. There was a lot of bad news in the market right here. This is so depressing and so bad. It's not as bad as things are right now, but believe me, things were pretty rough during this bear market. People were saying Bitcoin's going to fall to 1,000, Bitcoin's going to fall to 500, it's going to fall to $100. They're going lower and lower and lower. Kind of similar to how things are right now, don't you think? Kind of similar to how overly bearish the market is. When crypto Twitter and crypto YouTubers are overly bearish on the crypto market in general, just think for a minute. If we think about the fear and greed index, things have been super fearful for a long time. Let me actually just pull that up real quick. Here we go. The fear and greed index has been insane. It has been so depressed for so long. It's been well below 20 for a long time. And only recently did it actually get to 19 on the 5th. And today it's at 18. Pay attention, guys. It's been 14, 15, 11. It's been as low as what, 6 and 5. It's been pretty brutal. But check the numbers. Here we go. So look at the price, 30K. And the score was 17. Now we have 19. Now we have 18. So again, I'm not expecting a complete move to the upside, but I'm seeing a whole lot of refreshing excitement coming back into the market in the technicals. Not in reality, but in the technicals, things are looking good. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? I'm so glad you asked that, even though I can't hear you. Don't scream louder. Your family and your roommates will not appreciate it. So we are still in this nice tight zone. Again, I don't think we're going to be going anywhere down here to 14K unless something really, really bad happens. There are too many lines of support to call it really bearish in that respect, in that regard. And I don't even think we're going to go down to this price of 13,880 because of this trend line that keeps rising. So where does that put us out in the future? Well, I think we're going to see something similar to this. Every single time we see a big drop, we move sideways for a long time. Here's our big drop, a little bit of a recovery move, and then 2 more weeks of down, and then we get up, right? So we're not seeing the same thing, and that's okay because we're not going to see the exact same thing, but we're seeing a bit of recovery. This is the first time that we've ever seen red and green. I mean, we still have 4 more days to close above 19,296, which is our open for the weekly. I think that's possible. So looking back at the 2021 bear market, it's just sideways for a long time until it really took off. Sideways for a long time before it takes off. 2014 to 15 was the longest bear market that we've ever had. I remember people talking about this bear market and going like, oh no, I hope it's not going to be like this bear market, because this one was brutal. Bitcoin shooting up 40%, falling back down again, 50%, falling right back down again, only to take off and move it higher. So there's still weeks of sideways action before anything happens. But as soon as we have that halving event, boom. So as far as the TBO is concerned, on the weekly time frame, one thing I've noticed that I don't see are the close shorts. So this is a closed short. It's the orange diamond. I don't see one here on the daily time frame either, but on the weekly time frame, that to me would be a really bullish reversal sign. I don't think we're going to see one of those. If anything, we're going to see the open long symbol way after the fact. It's going to happen so late. We're going to see a big move and then it's going to go. Things that I'll be really excited about are seeing these breakout symbols. We saw it back here in 2016. Guess what? We also saw them here in 2020. And this one was amazing. 3 of these in a row. What happened after that? Like, that is the major bull signal. It went up 300% after that on the weekly time frame. And on the daily, it signaled it sooner. So as far as the TBO goes, I'm not going to be looking at the weekly time frame to be getting my idea for an entry. I'm looking at RSI. But on the daily time frame, you better believe it. I'm going to be watching this, and on the daily time frame, we will see a close short and open long. Again, it's going to be way late. It's not going to be down in this area. And currently where we are right now, in this 20K, 19K area, it's not going to be there. It's going to happen up here at like 25K, maybe even 28K. Coming back over here to our Corona crash. Look at how late this happens. This is how this works. The TBO is the trending breakout indicator. It's going to be late, 45 days late for the open long. It's going to be 25 days late in this example for the the closed short. Look at this. This one took even longer. This was 86 days. And then we have, what, 99 days is a long time. But you know what? It still did a great job of letting us know when that happens. And then look, boom. Breakouts, and then it shoots up. Talked a lot about what I think is going to happen next. I think, here, let me go to YouTube just to show you a couple of videos. So if you want more, because I'm at 32 minutes, I'm already spending too much time. But if you want some videos to help, I know these all look the same, kind of. The ones that are important to watch right now, that if you haven't watched them and you want some help, is this one. The end is near. 10x your portfolio here. And where is it? This one. Did Bitcoin capitulate? These 3 videos are going to help you out the most right now. So did Bitcoin capitulate? 10x your portfolio, and the end is near, because I don't have enough time to talk about all of those things that are in the videos, and they're all fantastic and full of lots of information and lots of practical examples and projections of price action and where we could be going next and how long things are going to take, what to look out for. But for now, even though there's a ton of fear in the markets, I'm seeing a lot of hope in the technicals, and that's a good thing. We still have 4 days left for this weekly candle to close, and believe me, when RSI closes above 25K, or sorry, not 25K, 25, I'm going to be emailing and calling and messaging my family members and friends, co-workers who've been asking about crypto, and I've said, not yet, not yet. And they keep asking me, is it now? Nope, not yet. Trust me, I am getting so close to that point. It's not yet because I'm waiting on the technicals. But there's going to be a video coming out maybe even next week. That's going to be me with with like a pot or something and a ladle, like ding, 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 ding. It's time. It's time. Like, there's going to be, and I'm going to be the only one doing it. And that's totally fine. I don't mind being the crazy person on the side of the street. I should do that. I should bring that down to Shibuya Crossing. Maybe I'll do that. It'd be kind of funny, right? But before I end the video, I want to talk about, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to talk about Ethereum because I see some good things for Ethereum. And I want to talk about the Better Crypto Scanner, the free scanner, just a couple of things, and to help you know what to look for and to help you see what's really happening in the markets right now. Because again, this is exactly what I've been talking about happen. So yes, all right. So Ethereum, I know you're like, wait, what? Ethereum, really? Yeah, Ethereum. Look at it on the weekly time frame. So similar story, and this is even the wrong one. I need to go to the Kraken chart, I believe. Here we go. This is the good one because this is the really long chart when it was down here. Do you remember this? Any of you OGs, when Ethereum was at 15 cents or under $1? Can you imagine? So anyway, every time it's dropped here below 20, that's a big buy signal. Here we go. And this is where it bottoms out at 14 in our bear market in 2018. Look where it bottomed out this time around, 12.7. And now what is it doing? Let me get rid of the fib lines. What is it doing right now? It's moving up. I'm telling you guys, this is what I see happening. And everyone should be getting excited, honestly, because we are near the end. It's incredible. Going to the weekly, we can see that the low here at 1390, check it out, the exact low that we had here on Binance. So we had a low of 1269. Our low here is 1379. So that line's a little bit off, but it's okay. But look, it's moving up. When's the best time to buy Ethereum? When it crosses above 25, and it's already over 20 right now. So really good things happening for Ethereum. We're getting so close. We have lots of overhead resistance. We have so much more to gain as far as like lost profits for Ethereum, because it's been brutal, absolutely brutal. But look, this chart, the price is already touching the TBO fast line. The last time it's actually closed above it was back here, May 4th. So we're seeing some good moves for Ethereum. This actually looks way better than Bitcoin, in my opinion. Plus, the transaction fees for Ethereum right now are stupid cheap. Like, they're below $10. Like, it's insane. So demand has dropped off the cliff, which is great, which means that things are getting more affordable again. It's not the hype, the hysteria, which means that NFTs are going to start exploding again in the next month or so, because the fees are low. The market's going to slowly start to recover. People are going to put their confidence back into the risky assets because they want to make some quick gains because of the recession that we're in. Yes, we're in it, Jerome Powell. Come on, man. It's called denial. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing good things. Let me go to my fibs. Like, we're doing just fine on Ethereum. We still have some trend lines that, and I didn't even draw this one, and I can do it right now. Boom. So we still have lots of trend lines that are ahead of us, which are going to take a lot of time. But just like I said in a previous live stream and also in the Better Traders Club, when we have these trend lines like this, the greater the angle of the trend line, the faster it's going to be broken. And once it pops through this, then it's going to go sideways and then pop through that. You can see how it's fanning out, right? So it's a varying degree. So this is a sharper angle. And this is slowly getting more to like horizontal. It's going to happen real soon. And it's just going to be pop, pop, pop. Not like that, but maybe over here. So Ethereum is going to move before Bitcoin does. I'm expecting it to, just because it's an alt. And when we think of alts, we're looking here at dominance. I know it's a messy chart to the untrained eye, but this is amazing. So lots of different dominances. Purple is USDC, red is USDT, and they're on this side. So cumulatively, we're looking at 13.5% of the market cap is dominated by our stable coins. And if we go ahead and just hide these to show you, so what's happening right now, it peaked here at 15.5, and now it's fallen a lot. It came up a little bit, but you can see it's kind of going sideways, which means that they're weakening. So what's getting stronger? Is it Bitcoin? No, it's not. Is it Ethereum? Is it others? Yes, which means that Bitcoin will stay sideways because people aren't buying it. They're using Bitcoin to buy alts to trade up their balance, just like I did with ADX. So ADX is just one of so many charts that have pumped. Look at how much Bitcoin was put into this, 219 on the daily candle. That is a massive mega pump. And to be honest, that's just one of many that have been pumping on Binance alone. VidT, ADX, TVK, DOC, PNT, Forth, Vite, Pearl, Pond. These are ones that I've been watching for a while. A lot of these are really familiar, and this is just Binance. If I go to KuCoin, get out of here. Like, this is insane. Like 400%, 250, 190, 121. There's so many charts that have been pumping, and they're all happening here, and they're all altcoin charts. So when we look at the performance of others, the others market cap, we don't see the big move up yet, but we do have our green X, which means cross up, which means that we should see some sort of a move up higher. Sometimes it means a little bit of a move lower too. So I don't pay attention to these too much, but I see this growing. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's growing. I see total 3 starting to recover as well, whereas the total market cap is still kind of just, it looks similar, but it's not the same. So why are these ones taking off like crazy, but others isn't? Because these are low volume charts. That's why it's on low volume exchange, low volume charts. They're more susceptible to pumps. This is just like the bear market in 2018 that I learned how to trade in. This is when I got my start trading, and I was A/B trading all these charts. I picked one I loved it, just boom, 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 over and over and over and over. I think one was like DYN, BTC. Does that one even exist anymore? Some of them got delisted. Yep, DYN was one of my favorites, but of course it's been delisted. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these charts too. So we got to take our profits and run. Don't hang out. If we go here to Binance BTC watch list, ramp got delisted. So it's just started, but storage still is raging. Wow. So again, there's a lot of really, really, really good stuff happening for alts. Power saw a bit of a move down. That's okay, but I'm not worried about it because you know what this thing does? Pumps, drops a little bit, and moves up higher. This is exactly what it does, and this is why I love it. This is one of many charts that are just so giving, and they just pop and they go over and over and over and over. Yeah, ridiculous. Okay, I gotta cut it. And then let me just look at the chat real quick. I see one question. I can answer it. Let me see. The RSI length on my chart, RSI is a length of 7. So there we go. You're welcome. Oh, from Vincent. So how do I find time for teaching music in Japanese? I teach in English. No way. I do not want to teach in Japanese. I teach in an international school, so it's an English speaking environment on top of everything else, and have a family. You mean, how do I do this and run a business and teach and have a family? Segmented schedules. That and bots help a whole lot to trade for me. Making YouTube videos, not that bad. And I only teach 2 classes, so I'm only teaching part-time. I used to be full-time, but now I'm just doing part-time because I want to, because it's fun. I don't have to do it, but I like the classes that I teach, and it's really fun. So it gives me a different perspective, and it also helps me to remember that I need to keep learning as well as a teacher, because I know as soon as I stop teaching, even though I'm doing this stuff, I'm learning, it's nice to be learning something else and working on something else, because there are parallels from music that I take into trading and analyzing charts. It's weird. I'll have to make a video about it sometime, but I still can't figure out how to explain it. But yeah, awesome. So thank you again for hanging out with me. I don't have anything else to say, and I need like the goodbye part, but I don't have the goodbye part. So I'm just gonna have to do something. Oh, I just want to remind you to head on over to thebettertraders.com if you want more updates from me on a near daily basis. Watch lists, curated bots, like signals, indicators, tools, techniques, strategies. Join the Better Traders Club. You can get it through thebettertraders.com. It's completely worth it. There's a ton of stuff that we have, including the DCA backtester. There's a ton of stuff in the club. So I just want to invite you again, if you're not already in the club, join it. You won't regret it. With the trade that I made from our club call, you can see that the cost of the club, is $449 for a year. It might seem like a lot. The trade that I just closed almost pays for 2 of those. And you also get discounts in the club as well. Okay, so I gotta cut it. I am going to try to find a good way to wrap this up, but I don't have the right button. But I'm just gonna leave it over here. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. You know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.